though in the moonlight. Pretty sweet pepper dose of corn at their rim salana. Hey, these other KOLs ain't chillin', I ain't buying nada. Oh, I got Solana in the bag. What's the ticker, was it is? Oh, sniping Solana like a kid. I'm trying to bring the man cars back. I'm saying wow. Oh, where you at? Where you at? I put the crypto on my tag, money count on my lap, on my lap. Ooh, ooh. What's the ticker, with it? Ooh.
Post the room, leave some comments.
I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 cents in my bank account. In my bank account. In my bank account. In my bank account. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 cents in my bank account. In my bank account. In my bank account. In my bank account. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 rugs in my wallet now. In my wallet now. In my wallet now. In my wallet now. Pull up on the chart and I get wrecked. Check the floor, price gave me a defect. Heart attack. Looking at the candle, it's a wreck. Green. Wait, never mind, it's a reject. Talking about the moon, you a liar. My portfolio on fire. Burning. Told my grandma, please, you should buy her. Now she can't even retire. Put developer in jail. Looking for a bailout, I might need some bail. I was rich on Tuesday, now I put my house on sale. Waiting for an airdrop, checking in the mail. Did 100 times, leverage on a mean agent. Woke up in a sweat from a bad drink, nightmare. Late stick is watching, looking mean. Screenshots of my losses on the screen. 4K Draco, now I got a ledger. Storing all my tokens of the treasure. Market maker liquidates with pleasure. Losing money is my only leisure. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 cents in my bank account. 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 In my bank. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 cents in my bank account. In my bank account. In my bank account. In my bank account. Straight down, zero.
All right, go. Here we go. Oh, no more. We're not gonna do no more. There was another one coming here, you guys, but I wasn't paying attention because I was mixing the first song myself, right? I was making a mix. I love to do that sometimes. I'm not a good DJ. I'm trying. You guys, welcome here. What's the ticker? Leave a few comments, repost the room. Also, welcome everybody here on the live stream. 6 live streams on Twitch, Kick, Retake, X, YouTube, and yes, the Pump Funds. And we just changed the title. Thank you, Adam. And leave a few comments right there as well. We enjoy looking at those right after the show. And I think Retake is always in the lead with these comments, you guys. We love you guys on there. So much fun. Let's say good morning to Tic. Tic, good morning. How are you going? You need to open your mic, Tic. Talk.
Hey, good morning. Hey.
There we go.
Yes. How's it going? ZM.
ZMCM, what's going on in Cali?
Let's see. Not a whole lot. Let's see. We're just getting beginning the weekend, right? So yeah, it's Thursday, and yeah. Let's see. I did make a little couple more tunes last night. I was messing around, posted some new stuff on Zora. Let me see. What else did I do yesterday? I made something else. Oh, yeah. So you just played it. The bring the meme coins back song. That
yeah,
one,
I love it. Yeah.
So that was fun. And then I've also been trying to I made a bunch of stuff yesterday about the ZK Gold thing that Adam and I were talking about.
What's up? We got to talk about that because it looked like you had some sort of obsession. You guys, if you are wanting to come into What's the Ticker Telegram, we will invite you there. It's on invite only, so hit up us with a DM, like either take Adam or I, right? And we'll get you in the What's the Ticker Telegram. That's where that's the backstage for What's the Ticker. But you're looking slightly obsessed. Not gonna lie. Let's say good morning to Adam. Adam, good morning. Ciao, ciao.
ZM, how's it going,
DM.
guys? What is going on? Oh my God, it's crazy out there, guys.
Oh,
It's
I was gonna say it's
crazy.
Christmas. I was like, no, stop. That's
It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas.
no,
No, it's
it's
not. It's
not.
not.
I have
It's
tons of
not.
stuff
No,
to
you're
do.
right. Yeah, you're right. No.
Everybody's freaking me out, Adam. All day it's like, yeah, so
Yeah,
many
it's
days
still
till
like
Christmas, and I was like,
there's
thank you
still
for.
there's still like 14 days to go,
Yeah, what
right?
is this?
That's like 2 whole weeks.
Oh,
Come on,
it's so
guys. Like,
Christmassy here. In
Yeah,
California, it's hella Christmassy.
yeah.
yeah.
So do you
They
get
want to do this over here
the
too.
trees and all that? Do you
Well,
get the
no,
trees
just
out there?
when I was driving through a city
Palm tree.
yesterday, and dude, it was like everything was decked out in lights, Christmas lights. So depending on what city you're in,
Yes.
like there, some of the cities spend like a lot of money on putting Christmas lights up, and I can't remember where the hell I was. It was jeez, I don't. It was one of the more expensive cities around here. Like Irvine is an expensive city, but
Irvine, right.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah. That's the where they I heard about that place. That's where like they ship the homeless people out on buses, right? Like if a homeless person ends up in
I
Irvine,
I
they
would
they like
definitely I would not be surprised by that
You
at
shoot
all.
them.
That sounds like it's true. I'm on the
Shoot them.
border. I live on the border of Irvine, and yeah, you don't really
ah
see
yes.
you won't see really any homeless people, and if they do, they wind up like disappearing like pretty quickly. Like they'll get themselves in trouble with the police somehow. The police will come and investigate. Like, what are you doing over here? And then within no time, like they don't the population doesn't survive on the street over here. It's that's just how it is. It's
No, 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 no. Yeah, I recall that, but it's like yeah, it's one of the it's quite the elite uh
yeah.
it's
It,
quite the elite locale, right?
right.
Yeah.
That's why I live like adjacent to it, just because there are some perks with like living in an area like that, but it is like also very much like a police state as well, where there's cameras everywhere, and like when you and I heard this 10 years ago. I don't know if it's true, but it's like there's cameras on all the lights, and when you enter the city, it will scan your license plate and it'll verify to see if you have a criminal record. So like let's say you have like a DUI in like another state or whatever, as soon as you drive into Irvine, the license plate scanners like pull you up in the database and it flags them. Hey, this person's now
Sounds
in
like a
Irvine.
place
Yeah,
where I do not want to live.
yeah,
I
that's
don't even care.
it's very much. I'm like I definitely see that being the reality here, even though I
Yeah,
haven't firsthand encountered that. It definitely seems like that's the case.
yeah.
Very much like high surveillance, and but it's like it's the cost of safety though. So it's like, what do you prefer more? Would you rather have privacy or safety? For me,
Mm.
I choose safety.
This
And
is
that's just
kind of a
personal
lie for
preference.
me because the same, well, it was a big thing that was exposed here that even though they had the cameras, the people who were operating and were seeing the camera footage held it behind for a person when it came to a high stakes court thing. So,
That's
it's the one
hold on.
who owns the information stream owns everything, right?
You
And
are you
so,
saying that the that information, that data being used as evidence in court, it like wouldn't with uh withstand that they would throw
No,
it
that's
out?
not what I'm saying. They
Oh,
withheld it. They were saying
withheld
that there
it.
was at that moment in time there was
Oh,
a blackout. Yeah,
oh, like the
but the
Epstein
blackout
thing,
never happened, and then the footage came through a different source. But
right?
the original sources, the ones that were supposed to be in charge of that, we're turning a blind eye, see? And so it's like, yeah, well, you have scammers on every level, Tick, so I don't trust anybody. I trust myself,
Yeah.
right? And I'll deal with whoever does me wrong, right? And then we'll go from there. Let's say good morning to some people because we have Dabby here on stage. Dabby, how you doing?
Yo, I'm very well, thank you. GM to you all. How are you doing?
GM, we're
ZM.
doing good.
We're trying to get
Yeah.
ZM to start trending. How do you
ZM
think?
ZM
ZM,
Dabby
How do we get it to
ZM.
start
ZM.
trending? ZM.
Yeah, I'm gonna. So I just met literally. I just a few minutes ago. I just met Anthony Scaramucci,
Yeah,
right?
I
Like
saw your
the
post, man. Pin
the
it up.
dude.
What's going
Yeah,
on, man?
Oh yeah, yeah, I'll pin it up. But
Pin
so
it up so
we
we
could
can
get
talk
people
about it.
like we should get people like him to post it, right? Like we need to
Yeah,
get these guys in on the new meta, right?
yeah.
That's gonna be super legit.
Yeah, if it's a
So
workaround, because so basically, Dabby, what we're doing is we're trying to work around the GM algorithm nerf, and so if we're our thinking is if we use ZM instead, that we'll be able to uh, boost ourselves in the algorithm by creating a new trend. What do you think of that?
Creating a new trend. We're gonna try and do that. But
That
stay.
would be nice actually because the GM already is trending. So whenever you post, you make a post with a GM, you see about 20,000 people on the GM. I mean, if we can make this up, it would be nice too.
There we
Absolutely, but
go.
hear this. Well, we're going to talk about it a little because the algorithm is insane on X right now. I mean, for real, right? It's such a hit and miss that they wanted to grok the algorithm a little bit, but it ain't working, and so we're stuck in the middle. Stuck in the middle with you, right? And yeah, that's it. Was with all of you, and we are all suffering from a big algorithm suppression here.
yeah, so
From
also guys, I'm like really struggling to post to pin posts on the Jumbotron from my phone at the moment.
I'll get
I don't
it.
know why.
I'm
It's
good.
but it's really, really, really,
Have you done
really
the update?
Share
killing me.
share to spaces
I don't
always
know if I did.
bearish.
It,
Yeah, maybe I haven't done the
that's the
Dabby,
update.
problem
what
with
are you
the
trying to
update.
post? Post it in the Telegram, and I can try.
Yeah, or it's just the first post. It's just the first
I
post
did it
on my
already. I
profile.
pinned it already. It's already done.
Okay,
We're gonna talk
okay.
about it. We're gonna talk about it in a little, Adam. So let's say good morning then to Debbie. Let's say good morning to Heather right here. Heather, how you doing? You need to open your mic, darling. For now. All right, B, how you doing? B, Queen B is here to that.
Hey, Wild. Hey, Tick, Adam. What's going on,
Hey,
everybody?
ZM.
Happy Thursday, GM. Real quick on that safety versus surveillance.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, no, I'm not for that. I'm with you, Wild, on that. I don't want to be surveilled because that's the government MO. It's like,
Yeah. Right.
yeah, we'll take more of your rights away so you're safer and you'll never get them back. Look at the Patriot Act.
That's it.
Um, But yeah, so I'm just here working, listening in, always here for the alpha. Thank you for having me.
Well, stick around because we're gonna talk about some
Well,
leaderboards here that you guys
yes,
can get early on.
and to
Uh,
that, to
yeah.
that, to that, like I think that it's a very brute force approach, right? To
Yeah.
like the surveillance thing when it's like literally video surveillance and it's tracking. It's so kind of explicit that it becomes obscene, I think, as well,
Yeah.
actually. And but it's not like it doesn't need to be like that. But
It's like
we need
grotesque, right?
well, yeah, it's
Yeah.
just it's so in your face, and it's literally like capture. It's a video of you that is capture. I mean, and it's not like it's actually very difficult to escape. Like as much as you might like to feel free of it, like even we all know, like since the Snowden revelations, that this platform and every platform on the internet, every Web 2 platform is surveilling us,
Yeah.
right? Like we are not like this. Our data is for sale, and
Yeah.
we have willingly given it up, and we have
Yes.
done that for decades now. Or it's almost 2 decades, right, since these platforms have uh, have
Well,
kind of really started to
What about
proliferate in a
what about
major way.
Walmart? I was just watching something Whole Foods. Whole Foods, Walmart. So Whole Foods is a good example because they're owned by Amazon. If you go to a Whole Foods store, they're watching you from the second you pull up into the parking lot, and they watch like what you're picking out in the store, what your shopping habits are, the way you shop, what have you. And all of that stuff is analyzed. So that's not the government, but even businesses are
Yeah, of
surveilling you to
course.
figure out how to market to you
Look,
better. And so,
Vic,
and between the
I've been
NSA,
telling you,
yeah,
I've been kind of telling you that the whole brainwashing thing and programming people. Marketing knows this for decades already. They're
Right.
doing it to you all the time. As soon as you watch a commercial, walk into a store, the bigger ones, right? Not the mom and pop shop, but the bigger ones. They have this down, right? They have it and they are just tweaking it to perfection, right? But the bigger lines is already, that's been happening for about 30, 40 years already, but these big lines already happening. And psychology, we can get our master's degree in marketing psychology. I did a part of that, so I know that, but they're messing with your head
Is
all the
it
time.
who's the guy? But is it Bernays, right? The guy who came up with the I forget the whole, but it was a very like crucial part of propaganda as well, right?
That's where it comes from, see? So it comes
What
from,
is it?
that's why,
The century of the self. Is that familiar?
yeah,
Like the
yeah,
century of the
yeah,
self. What's
yeah,
that? I kind of like it. I feel like it's a massive throwback. I
yeah.
can't
It
quite
is a
pick it
massive
out.
throwback.
It's
It's on the reading list.
what is
A
the
long
century
time
of the
ago.
self?
But before
Yeah,
we go
yeah.
to the
But
century
it's
of itself,
he was the
that's,
guy that came up with like advertising,
yeah,
basically, right?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
This was way back when, but this is also when we feel that surveillance and everything being controlled by, well, the people who can buy the data, basically, right? Who end up with the data, the information stream. And so he who has access to and governance of the information stream is the one in power. It's not the one with the money per se. And so that's why it always reminds us somewhat of communism, right? Because they use that advertisement propaganda at first as a political movement, because these things are then the same. And so, right, World War II came out of that shit. Everybody's like, what is that? No, the Nazis were fighting, the brown shirts were brought to life because of the communists. They were fighting communists in Germany at that time. Yeah, so then the Nazi Party started because of communism. It was against communism. It was not initially not. It was a socialist party fighting off communism, which a socialist and communism not the same. So, but a lot of people thought it was right wing. Absolutely not. Nazis were socialists, but it was used there, and then from then on, the stores, commercials, that kind of stuff took it over. And there's this long history in that, and also psychology being a part of that. And crazy, crazy research data from crazy, crazy experiments that were done with people's brains. You don't even want to go down that rabbit hole. I'll catch you in a month from now, right? For real. So that's why these things always feel like, hey, somebody's watching me, and they always have the fucking argument. Like, yeah, but you wouldn't mind if you had nothing to hide. And it's like, look, it's not about hiding. This is about who controls what, right?
Yeah, that was Eric Schmidt. Eric Schmidt, the former CEO of Google, said, "Yeah, like you don't need to worry about what you're doing on the internet as long as like you don't have anything to hide, or you're not doing anything bad."
Yeah,
But
yeah.
that's isn't that like what a creepy thing to say from the
What a
guy that
creepy
runs
fucking thing to
Yes.
Google.
say,
The
right?
guy,
Yeah.
the
It's
guy that runs
subjective.
Google is.
Yeah. The
Yeah,
guy
it's
that runs Google is like, give it to me. Just give me all you got.
what
That's basically what he's
and what
saying.
you're doing might
Just go to
not
bed.
be.
Just go to bed. We got this.
Yeah, it might not
Oh
be
my
illegal
God.
today. Like
You
whatever you're
sleep.
doing, it might not be
Yeah.
illegal today, but in
and,
like a
and
couple,
guys,
you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
yeah,
Google
that's
Docs, like
Yeah.
Google fucking Docs is so good, but it's free and it's like,
Yeah.
oh
yeah,
my God, it's so easy. I'm just going to put all of my data here then.
Yeah.
right.
And everybody does it. Or Google Calendar or Gmail for that
Yeah.
matter, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. For real.
Damn. Oh my God. It's just
Yeah.
like,
Well, and then all
it's
the
too
AI
easy.
models. What about now? It's like, yeah, the biggest thing is that like AI now understands us and our vulnerabilities and all of our greatest fears to the extent if like the AI robots hypothetically did take over, they would know exactly like our weakest vulnerabilities and how to undermine us. Because they know all of our fears because we've been programming them now for the last few years.
It's funny because the guy from Google that is saying that, and everybody else that's saying that, these are the people who have the most skeletons in their fucking closet, right? That's why they want to be at that other end, telling you, yeah, you don't have to, you can give it because you don't have anything to hide, do you? Right? Meanwhile, the people that are saying that have everything to hide, everything to hide. They're the most disgusting kind. They're the ones that would mess with children and do weird things in the bedroom. These are the freaking perverts. That's what they are because they're not being realistic, right? They just want power and control.
Yeah.
All right,
Well,
we got
hey,
we got
do
there.
you guys have Netflix in Amsterdam? I'm assuming you do,
I
right?
don't have Netflix. I rugged my television.
Ah.
Yeah,
I
but
think
there
about
is
2 decades
Netflix
ago.
is it is basically everywhere. So they like she could have it, but she
That
chooses not
the
Yeah,
to
she's not
have
documentary that
to.
they
it,
put
right?
out
Yeah.
about Puff Daddy. So 50 Cent put out a documentary
Oh
about Puff
yeah.
Daddy. That thing is unhinged. It is so.
People say yeah.
Whew.
People say it's the best, right? It's the best
It's
documentary
it's
ever,
very damn
right?
good. Yeah, man. And like I grew up like in
Yeah.
that era. I was 10 years old when that Puff Daddy and the Family album came out, right around the time that Biggie died and Tupac died and all that stuff. I remember all of it happening. I remember having that Puff Daddy and the album Family album when it came out. I was like in 5th grade, and even at the time I was like Puff Daddy's weird. Like he was so out of place compared to like Tupac and
Yeah.
Biggie who had this
Well.
gangster vibe, and he just seemed like he was like
Mm,
showboating and along for the ride and like exploiting. And even as a 10-year-old, I could see that he was like exploiting this gangster hip hop, and I was like, who is this guy? And then all these years later,
Yeah.
seeing everything that he did, it's like, whoa, it's like he really
that's very
was.
Oh,
interesting.
we,
Yeah.
we never saw it coming, did we,
Yeah,
Wild?
Yeah.
that's it's actually very on point that you would that you would kind of be able to have this like childhood kind of
Intuition for
intuition.
sure.
Yeah, yeah.
Absolutely.
It's
Because
true. It's like it's
Predatory.
always the people. It's like it's always the people you most expect, and then but
yeah.
that you also least expect, right? Like
Yeah.
it's always like that somehow.
Yeah. Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
you know that they're predatory. You just don't know to what extent until that
Well,
unfolds.
because he's always
But
laying in the background and like he was in all the
yeah.
videos
So
dancing and
here's
throwing in
what where
apples.
I rugged my television. As soon as because when you do psychology in the first 2 years, you need to do explore all fields, right? So evolutionary psychology, marketing psychology, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And so clinical psychology. And so even though I did clinical psychology as a major, you need to go and get a whiff of everything else. And as soon
What's
as
the
I got
passion?
into
Come
that
from
marketing
the game?
psychology, that's when I turned off my TV. Now, I had TVs around for a little while, just choosing, being very aware of what I was watching. But as soon as I had a child, that TV actually went out the house. I was like, no, no. And also, no ads, no, nothing in my mailbox, nothing. I just, no, none of that. I buy everything close to the source. I only go to a grocery store if I need like detergent or that kind of stuff. But no, not for food. I do not buy food there.
Well,
I
I
don't know.
canceled my Netflix like a couple months ago, and then somehow it like reinstated itself. So how dystopian is that?
It came back. It
Yeah.
was like to
Well,
take
Yeah.
roots.
I managed to. I had like. I managed to have Netflix for free for like a good couple of months, which was
Nice.
pretty cool. So from they didn't realize that they somehow like left me on the system from some other subscription, like some not a subscription, but like I had it for free through some other. It was like bundled with I think my phone package actually
Mm.
for a while, and then that expired, and I gave that up, and but I had Netflix completely for free for like a few months, which is kind of cool. But I couldn't pay for it because it's just not there's just nothing that is like sufficiently
Right.
interesting to
Captivating.
watch or I mean the thing is I mean no it's not that it's just that I can access that stuff for free if I need to, so like I'd
True.
rather just not bother to pay for Netflix
So
because I just don't think yeah.
here's the deal before we go to a little bit of a market update and then dive into some crypto. Right. Bread and games, and that's really what it is about. It's just when you're looking at from a distance and you haven't watched TV for a long time and you're plugging back in, it's gotten so psychotic and unhinged. but because everybody grew into that, they cannot distinguish what's normal
Oh,
anymore, and
that's
this is the
true.
danger, right? It's normalizing behavior that absolutely should not be normalized, especially in your youth here, right? So
Mm,
straight up psychotic, right?
yeah.
And dystopia when it comes to moral
Even and
compasses as well.
what's aligned with what you're saying too is even that gangster rap era of Tupac and Biggie and all that craziness that happened, like they were
Hmm.
broadcasting that to the masses. So me as a 10-year-old, I'm like looking at this like, oh, this is how adults act, like they, fly across the country and like put each other in coffins. So yeah, the media definitely like painted a picture that, oh, this is like normal. They
Yeah,
yeah.
they normalize the
Yeah, it's
things, and
weird. It's crazy to think
it's
about.
desensitizing you to violence,
Right.
to sexual behavior
Yeah.
that
And
may
look at all the
not,
stuff it
be
prepared me for
appropriate.
too. It prepared me
Yeah.
for Columbine. It prepared me for 9/11. It prepared me for all these things. It was like,
Yeah, yeah.
you
If
know,
this was out of nowhere, somebody showing you
yeah,
that, the whole world would be like,
right.
"What is this?"
Appalled,
Is
yeah. If they were caught off
Yeah,
guard, but
everybody would be
it's
appalled.
just
Yeah,
business as usual. That's what it boils
it's
down
all
to.
bread and games. It's all in this world. It's like this. When you don't have your own agenda, when you don't fill in your own time and what you are watching, what you are typing, and what you are responding to, if you are not managing that, you are being farmed. Your attention is
Mm.
currency.
Bread
You're
and
paying
games.
attention.
The
It's all bread and
the
games,
bread,
right?
bread and games thing is that is so
And the
key. The
romance,
the
yeah.
whole Epstein thing is like a bread and games type of
Yeah,
event.
sure, right?
To
It's
keep
like
us
yeah,
distracted from what was going on with
get them
Ukraine and
distracted.
what was going on in Venezuela and the wars that were being initiated. It's like, oh yeah, but there's
Very
all this
much, you
other stuff
guys.
to pay attention to.
Look, you may not find your time valuable, right?
Yeah.
You may not. And you may not think that you're talented or have potential, but other people will see it and they will benefit from you. Yeah? So when you are not doing it yourself, your own agenda, somebody will hijack your time and your agenda. And so you'll be sitting there watching watching series. You'll be doom
Mm.
scrolling on TikTok. This is paying somebody else, right? It's
Hmm.
hijacking essentially your time here on earth, and that's a currency. So,
A
and
lot of
it's,
it too, the political narratives that are being pushed on those platforms, like
oh yeah,
TikTok, for instance. So kids are scrolling
yeah,
TikTok, not knowing any better. Meanwhile, they're just absorbing all this like political, like,
yeah,
uh,
exactly.
yeah,
It's propaganda.
it's so
Yeah,
you can
it is.
definitely like shape the population depending on what the
Yeah, you're being
algorithm's
socially
pumping.
engineered this way. It's
Yeah.
social media. Yes, you're being socially engineered this way. And then you're giving up your information as well. Disgusting. But you guys, let's move ahead here with the Bitcoins.
Hmm.
Because I kind of said it right. Look like a bear flag. We're forming a bear flag, you guys. It's not looking good on a daily at all. We're rounding up price. So I'm looking for a little bit lower here and to do some shorting. Let me just check that fourth hour. So I might even get some sleep.
Yeah. Yesterday we went
Uh,
up to 94 and then back down to 89 in one
Yeah,
day.
this was classic, a classic buy and sell the news, right? Front run the news and then sell the news. Of course, it was a positive uh, news for crypto, but then the narrative around it got hawkish. And then when that happens, boom, right, price drops. And that just tells you people were only taking position for that pump that the news might give, right? But the fourth hour looks good, but maybe we go up a little bit. But assuming 92 here is going to be a hell of a resistance here again because we couldn't keep it and we fell through right again. So we're hopefully holding on to the 90s, 91 here to climb up a little bit, but it kind of starts to look now like a bear or a bull trap, right? AKA a bear flag. And so watch this. We need for a bullish argument, we need to close this month 104.8 Bitcoin, 104.8 Bitcoin, then we can say we're back in a bull run. But for now, and if we're not going to make it at the end of the month, the monthly close, the yearly close, and the bi-monthly close, that candle is going to be important, and we need to hold that as support for a bullish argument, or else there is no bullish argument. Then the chart starts to look like a head and shoulders, and then we're just tumbling from there, and then we just need corrections. Now, the dominance looks like it wants to creep up a little. So that corresponds with a little bit of a blood in the market often. So Bitcoin red, dominance rising, rest of the market suffering, right? That's basically how it goes. So when Bitcoin does that Hail Mary pump, I'm going to de-risk all my alt tokens, looking at that dominance. If it drops, I'm going to hold out with those a little bit longer. If that just keeps hiking, then de-risking for me is in place. And I've did a lot of de-risking already on $110,000 Bitcoin. So that's what we got to do, right? De-risk and then move with the trend. The trend is your friend until it's not. We were very much bullish, but we lost certain things, and we lost the bull argument here. And so even though the chart setup looked really, really good, golden crosses on a daily, golden crosses on the weekly, the volume and liquidity is not in the bull's corner here. So they're not stepping up. And so these setups and indicators can look great. But this happens in a bear market often, that for the bulls it starts to look great, but the bulls ain't showing up. And then the bears are just in charge, right? And price will fall then. So we can do a little bit of a pump and then fall back down again. The weekly golden cross doesn't, it looks really good as a setup, but also now starts to waver a little bit. Also getting resistance on the 26 points on the stochastic RSI. So not looking too good for Bitcoin. And the more we come up to the 31st of December, the more bearish we are, right? Because we need 104K Bitcoin, 104.8. And so, in order for us to be in a bull run, and so we have the clock is ticking, tick, tick, tock, right? That's basically what's going on here. But yeah, massive FOMC sell the news event. It always happens this way. It never fails. And so people took position, and then no pumpy, everybody doing a little bit of dumpy again, right? Because the narrative around it was like, this is the last one, and that's the hawkish narrative that was spun around that brought price back down. So whenever Powell freaking opens his mouth, says something, the price dunks again. But welcome everybody here in the room. Please do a repost. Welcome Volt family here. Also, people on the live stream that just pulled up, you guys leave a comment in that purple pill. And let's get started to talk about some more of the crypto. Also, then we need to touch on a little bit of the algorithms on X, which is going like crazy ever since the update. Even your messages might look different. Mine look very different in the app now for some reason. I cannot find anybody
Oh,
making that.
dude, yeah, no, the message update is so annoying. Honestly, like
Yeah,
the whole thing is just it's really just
one with
Whoa, what
irritating.
did they do?
Oh my God, no, have you not seen it yet, man?
When I
Oh
go
my
to
God, but it's
messages,
been they've been phasing it in for a while, but it's like now
what's different about it?
it's well, no, it's what are you talking?
I'm
The
on
the
desktop.
messaging,
I'm on desktop.
yeah, desktop is the same.
yeah, desktop is the
So you
same.
know how like it's on messages, it used to be like there was like a chat at the
Right,
top,
right.
and then you could choose that, and now it's just default,
They've
right? It's just
unified
this
those, so it's just one
yeah,
thing,
yeah,
but it's a
yeah,
combination. I
yeah.
thought it was weird. It does prompt me to log in with the security code on my. It's been doing that now for the last couple months, but yeah, I thought it was pretty weird. But yeah, I don't really notice much difference though. It's just slower. It just loads slower is the biggest thing I've noticed.
So it's I mean, I'm actually because I'm a little bit used to it because I switched over, right? So it's I'm not actually it's maybe by now it's kind of half okay, but what happened is it was like they were kind of phasing in. It's like they just built an entirely new messaging system on the side, and then they've been phasing it in, and they've been kind of trying to combine these two different apps together for like the last. It's been about the last 2 months actually. Um, but it is. I mean, I think it is supposed to be like it's supposed to be a far superior direct messaging system, and that it has real encryption behind it apparently. Um, so yeah, I don't know. Maybe it will be good, even in the end. But it's really it has been a real pain because like in the past, if you would switch over to it, it would rug all of your spaces, and it was like literally like you're switching to a different website basically. Like, but it's just within the same Twitter or within or in a different app, right? If
Huh.
you're inside X. So it has been really bearish, but yeah, I don't know. Maybe now it's matured a bit and it's kind of better. But like I find it really annoying because like the messaging thing on X is like it's always been fine. Like I don't think it's the most important thing to fix on the app, right? Like I think there are much higher priorities to take care of. And just kind of an overall upgrade. Like, yeah, okay, cool. I guess it's supposed to be encrypted, so yeah, maybe we've got encrypted messages now. But like, who's got the keys? We don't know, right? They can say like WhatsApp. They say it's like end-to-end encrypted, but like, who's got the keys? I don't know. Like,
Oh
if
yeah,
if
dude.
if Mark's got the keys, if Mark's got the keys, it doesn't really matter. Like, it
That
could be
happened.
end-to-end encrypted,
Do
but
you
like,
I
remember
yeah,
got your
that?
keys.
it's like,
Do you
I
remember
got your
that
and
black
then
keys.
box cell phone?
yeah, I don't.
The
Doesn't
cell
fucking
phone that
doesn't
the
matter.
FBI
It's,
released?
it's oh, it's encrypted, guys. It's like
Yeah.
great. I can believe it's encrypted, but like, who's got
Yeah.
the keys?
Who's got it? Right. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Right. Do you remember that
Which
FBI
is
phone that did that? It was like the black box network or something. The FBI released this phone and it was an encrypted phone and criminals were buying it because they didn't realize the FBI was the one that was behind it. And like basically they were getting like end-to-end messages from criminals directly to the FBI like unencrypted because the criminals were sending their worst possible like messages on these phones because they thought that it was all encrypted that no one could see it. And it was like, yeah, man, the drugs will be there in an hour. Here's a bunch of pictures of guns and drugs and money too, and like super incriminating stuff. And the FBI was like, oh, cool, this is sweet. It was a literal thing, dude. There's a documentary about it. It's crazy. The FBI encrypted phone. I'll find out the name of it. But yeah,
so to talk about this privacy. I think we this is a nice hook to mention Jasmine. I don't know if you guys are holding Jasmine. I don't know if you even know what Jasmine is about, right? So everybody is just going like, oh, it has a ring to the name,
Japanese
and of
Bitcoin,
course
right?
it is it's likened to the Japanese Bitcoin. They call it Japanese Bitcoin. Of course, it has some massive names in there, former managers from Toyota, that kind of stuff, and all that jazz. Sure, but nobody actually is honing in on the utility of Jasmine. So Jasmine is a Tokyo-based company founded in 2016 by a former Sony executive, and they are the core mission of Jasmine is actually to create a data democracy, where you as an individual regain control over your personal data instead of corporations exploiting it without your consent. And so this ties into that privacy enabling secure user controlled data, right? In an era of widespread data collection from devices like smartphone, wearables, vehicles, and smart home gadgets, because that's another thing.
The
Yeah.
IoT. Yeah, IoT is going to
People
be
have
meta.
cameras in their house. I don't want a camera in my house. I would be
Well,
like, who's lurking
but
in
I
here with
do.
me?
I
Forget
want a
that crap.
couple of them. I want one on the inside and one on the outside.
No,
For real.
no, no.
Yeah.
Outside, yeah. Inside, no.
Yeah, in my neighborhood alone, in on the
Yeah.
I see people that post like, "Oh, I'm missing a package from my front door. I'm missing a package." Those people don't have
Yeah, that's
cameras.
your front door, but why do you
Yeah.
need one in your living room, my guy? I would
Uh,
be.
well, you don't
Who
need
is gonna?
Well, the next no, but guys, you realize that the
wife
next
cats.
thing is going to be the robots, and like you're
Yeah.
inviting
Yeah.
you
And
know
that's
you're
going to
going to
be
bring these
IoT.
robots,
So the
but it's not
AI
even
and the
it's not
IoT.
even
It's not even
yeah,
what?
but it's not even this the new what's the new one called? Like is it the Neo?
Oh, that one, the one that's remote controlled.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So
That's
it's
kind
not
of
even a
lame. How
robot.
bearish is that? What a
It's
stupid.
yeah, well it is,
There's.
but it's very
But
bearish,
it's
but
smart.
it's also
It's smart though.
it's starting because what they need is to collect all of the
Yeah.
data from
Yeah, yeah.
everybody's
So
house.
it's starting the training.
So
I
because they don't know,
And so
just
they
when
don't
I
know.
touch,
So it's
yeah. Go ahead.
just
Sorry.
so
fix
the joke
geometry
actually
throughout
the joke
this.
the joke is that so AI it's not actually AI, it's just an Indian, right? So
An Indian. Let's get
AI
an
stands
Indian
for
in my house for look.
AI stands for an Indian, which is just
Yeah,
a remote
Yes.
guy.
an
So there's a
Indian.
remote guy in Chennai, right? What we were talking about yesterday is there's a guy in Chennai just piloting the robot, the humanoid, to walk around your house, collect all the data, and do what he wants, like
Yeah.
with that. But I mean, no, no, no,
Sketch it
no.
Yeah,
down
But
on
like,
the.
no.
observe,
Yeah.
Sorry, yeah.
and that's how but that's how like cooking becomes possible, and like doing all of
Yeah,
these complex tasks that we need to do, that
Yeah, and it's like
a
yeah,
trust me,
humanoid
bro.
robot isn't prepared to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then all of that data
Yeah.
is gonna assemble the data set that will enable like humanoids to function
yeah,
autonomously, right? And it's also like a behavioral adjustment, right? So the point, and you see people just ordered it because it's actually, the thing is, the $500 a month subscription is actually a fucking bargain for the price that it costs to produce these things,
Mm.
right? So you're actually like, the economics of it are insane
yeah.
in their own way, because like nobody can
Well,
afford a robot. Nobody can
yeah, but
afford
who would
a
want
humanoid.
to?
For two
I
hundred
don't even
bucks.
want one. Not
Well,
if
you
you
say
pay
who it,
me.
the thing is like, yeah, well, yeah, but you say that today, right?
No, I say
You,
I'm
Wild, in your
probably
position,
gonna do.
like,
Yeah.
yeah, but seriously, like, it's just
Look,
like, it's
you
about,
guys are looking at this from such a male perspective, and I'm sorry that I have to go this and make that distinction. I do not want any camera. You know how many females are being watched by cameras that they don't know that they're being watched by, all by perverts. You guys have you guys are lost in this. I don't want a robot.
But yeah,
Absolutely
I
not.
I do have cats though, so I've got a
Absolutely
couple
not.
cats, and when I'm gone, sometimes I like to be able to be like, oh, I wonder what they're doing. As dumb as
Yeah,
that
but if
sounds.
there's some third party guy who breaks in watching your girlfriend, you still want that camera?
Mm. If he's got a lot of money and willing to pay. No, I'm just
He
kidding.
pays you.
I'm
Some
just
guys
kidding.
are gonna pay
Sorry.
so much to have these robots in their house because they know what they gain watching females go naked around the house. So
Yeah,
they will
but
pay
not
any
just that.
amount
But how
just
about the
to.
perverts with the children? Have you got?
Yeah,
Look,
dude, that's a
I'm. Look,
liability,
I heard too much in my life
right?
to know that this is big and goes on. You
It's
guys,
it's like
I have been with
inevitable
victims like
evil.
this from this, right? You can't. That's why I'm like, hell no, not in my house,
Yeah, no, that's
right?
valid for sure.
For
Absolutely.
real.
Yeah, I mean,
It's
yeah. If I
disgusting.
had a daughter
Yeah.
too, I would be right there with you, like exactly. So,
It's
yeah,
hell
well,
no.
it is, but it's, you would be amazed. Like, you should see the sales numbers from this company. Like,
bro,
Yeah, of
they've
course,
been
it's
because
killing
people
it,
don't
right?
know.
Like, it's
$200.
not.
Yeah.
$200 down. It says $200 deposit due today. U.S. deliveries start 2026. It's $500 a month. This is insane. This is like leasing a vehicle. It's like it's real. It's very reasonable in pricing. Like you said, because they want
Yeah,
to move the
yeah. Well,
product.
that's
It's
the
like selling
thing. That's the thing.
Xboxes.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, they need to get it. They need to get it out there, and it's expensive actually. Like, this device
I wonder how
is
much.
worth way
You
more.
think so?
Yeah,
I
I
bet you
mean,
they
it's
build it
thousands. It's,
for like $80,000. Or you think it's more than
well,
that?
it's actually uh 80,000. Yeah, no, I think it's less than that actually. I think it's much less
Probably
than that,
like around
honestly. But
60. Let me see.
no, no, I don't even. I think they can get away.
No, look,
No,
I think a lot of people don't see the negatives in here and they see only the positives. But like I said, I have heard and witnessed and the court cases from even from people who were breaking into systems just to watch women sleep and sold that footage on the dark web. That these things, I'm like, yeah, no, right? I'm not a fan. I'm not gonna do it. And everybody else would be bullish on it. I get it, but you don't see that big ass shadow side of that. And right,
Mhm.
it's not a safe thing at all, right? And it's going against your privacy and your actually your protection in the end, right?
I love how that
You
ended up
know,
being the
what
theme
what
for
actually
today.
makes me feel good about
Privacy versus safety. That is such a great topic. I feel like, and it's so relevant.
Debbie,
what
what
makes
were you
me feel good
saying?
about this is that
Debbie,
this is all about choices. You either decide to have them or you decide not to have them. Like nobody's forcing you to have them. That's just one thing I love about all of these things. So if you want to have them in your house, you're free to have them and do whatever you want to do with them. But there are some people who will willingly want to own these things. Since you're here, you don't want them, but there are people craving to have them even before they are produced.
Okay.
So this is just how
But
life is.
we got to be honest about the whole story then with those, right? It's just like Google. Yes, a good tool. Sure. Anything you send it though is their content now, right? But how many people actually know this? Right? So keep people informed, right? Yeah, it's a good thing, but this is the bad side because everything has a good side and a bad side, and we like both to get mentioned in this story. So, not everybody's able to think that hard for themselves, and then they get swashed in the middle. I get that, but we got to have the whole story. I don't think this is a good thing at all.
But they won't sensitize people on the bad side because they want to sell whatever
Yeah,
they
of course.
produce.
That's the thing, right? So that's why, like I said, that's why I'm a little bit harder against it because that honest story is just not there, and that's
Well,
because the incentive for the honest story is not there.
I was initially just bearish on humanoids. Like, I didn't really see it as a kind of feasible paradigm. I thought like we would go straight from being humans in our homes, like, dealing with like an environment that's built for us as humans, to if robots are here, then that robots will just like design a better environment that they can operate in more efficiently, and we don't have to we don't have to design fucking humanoid robots. That seems like such a weird interim step that isn't necessary because like the robots will like the robot wants to make you like a boiled egg. Like you could just have a robot that is you don't need to make like a pan
Optimized.
with a handle. Like
Yeah.
the robot, yeah, it's just
But
completely
there's
can be completely optimized.
more
It's
use cases if it
it,
ergonomically matches the human's build.
So basically,
yeah, yeah. Well,
what we're gonna
I
turn
understand that,
into.
and I've kind of accepted that the humanoids, like humanoid robots, can actually be a thing, and maybe it's actually worth it. Like I've kind of come to accept that, like only in the last year, I think that it's like okay, yeah, sure, oh right, yeah, because there is this investment, and actually it's very exciting. I think all of this stuff is very exciting because there's going to be, I mean, this is like, people are predicting this could be like the biggest industry ever, right? Like robotics, like capturing the labor force, like the entire labor force for the entire world. This is going to like absolutely, and it transcends anything. Like, the built environment,
Hmm.
like there's so many
Right.
fields that it touches on, and it's like it's like look at
So
how the
can I
city was
can I
transformed
can
through
I
cars.
do you like
Yeah.
psychology research papers?
uh
Do you like to read those?
well,
Because they're a little dense.
I don't often read
Yeah,
psychology reads.
they're a little dense.
I'm yeah, I mean, when I
So,
do read papers, it tends to be on like the computer science side or like something like that. So I haven't really got into psychology research papers at all
so
actually.
here's the thing. So actually, one of the students that I still know their thesis based upon robots and autism spectrum, because there's tons of overlap between a robot and an autistic person. See, and so very interesting watching reading the research over that. So robots have many of the traits that autistic people have, right? Very, very many. That's why they call me AI. And people who are autistic are very much drawn to AI and can jive with it so much because of that aspect. And so here's the thing: the thesis was about is a robot or AI, for that matter. There was a little bit of an AI element in there that we're basically trying to prove the argument that robots will turn other people into autistic as well, because we then lose the function to recognize facial expression and emotions. And people with autism have just that. Our trouble is that we cannot filter on facial expression of emotions, and we don't read the room. You have to learn how to do that when you're autistic. And of course, this is on a spectrum. And usually the female autistic are better with that, much better, because for girls growing up, it's socially a must that you need to recognize certain things. So they learn very young to adapt a little bit more. In boys, we see that is when that is not important, they actually become rather cold They're not cold. They feel emotions. People with autism feel emotions. It's just that they don't patternized this in their brain. And so, and a robot can't either. It's the same. It's the robot is an autistic brain. That's what it is. And so, look, I can see use cases for robots. Like in some nursery homes now, they could need a hand there, right, for real. But on the other side is that we are socially in the wrong if we cannot take care of our elderly by ourselves, I think. But that would be great for you to read, Adam, because it does have
What?
far-fetching.
Yeah. Did you post? Are you gonna post the
No,
paper?
I cannot post the paper because I need to log in with a code to get the paper back up. I'm gonna
Yeah,
send
yeah,
you
I'll
a
check it
copy.
out. Yeah, I've got like a couple of papers. I've got a couple of things I need to read. I was actually reading. There's a really cool paper actually. I think you'd be interested in this. That came out in. I think it was just in September, and they did a study on basically launches on Pump Fun and the social sentiment and the like how they were botting the comments and I think the manipulation of the chart and yeah, that I need to read that because that's like very, I mean, that's just like the latest research on launches, like
Yeah,
really, really, really interesting stuff, and actually super relevant. I think this stuff is going to be like this could be the future of IPOs, right? Like I think what's being built on chain now, even though like okay, yeah, it's just meme coins and stuff at the moment, but actually, you know, there's some. It's this is going to be this. This could well be like the future of equities on chain, and it's going to change everything. So that's very interesting. There's another one on my list um, that is about the social. No, this like just what's going on with social fi broadly, and then there's like or decentralized social even, and then there's just like an InfoFi study that Animoca did, Animotion,
yeah, yeah. I'd like to see
Animoca,
that
Animoca
study as
Brands.
well.
So
Let's see that
those are the
football
three.
league for
I promised I was going to read them like a month ago, and I still haven't got through every. I did the SocialFi one, but that was super cool. But yeah, I need to get into like the other one. It was kind of it's actually quite dense the research,
Mhm.
and it's very interesting.
I like dance.
But
I do.
yeah, yeah, I'll share. I've got the tweet, but as I say, like these days, like Twitter's nerfed me. I can't even post tweets on the jumbotron
Shall
anymore
we
for some
move on
reason.
then to see how people live from Solana Breakpoint to talk a little bit about Sabal, to talk a little bit about Adam, because Adam is with us already every day, right? Talk a little bit
Yeah,
about Adam, like he's not in the
yeah.
room.
Well, guys, I'm in. So yeah, I'm at Solana Breakpoint. I'm in Abu Dhabi now, and
Yes.
it's been super cool already. So yeah, it's very bullish. So I heard from Anthony Scaramucci today. So Anthony Scaramucci is the guy who. So the first time I came across him was when he got promoted, or he got put into the White House, right, as Trump's communications director, and and yeah, and then I think he lasted 10 days in office, right? But he's coming from Wall Street, and he's actually like a massive guy, a massive, you know, a massive name in Wall Street, like big investor. He now runs Skybridge Capital, which is a big fund. And what I didn't realize is he's a huge Solana bull, right? He's even written a book about Solana, and he even says that he actually thinks that Solana could flip Ethereum, right? Which is you know, interesting. And yeah, I had a chance to like, you know, I had a chance to meet him, and you know, I had a little chat, and yeah, you can see the pic up on the jumbotron there, and you can see he's still holding my card. Um, and but very, yeah, like interesting guy. He's going to be at Consensus in Hong Kong in February as well. And yes, I just think that there's a lot going on here now around the Breakpoint conference, and it's very interesting to see the kind of like who's come out for all
Look,
of this. So
you
I
guys
don't
should
know.
repost this room. Adam is boots on the ground pumping your Solana bag, right? This is not for free. Repost this room. Leave a few comments if you're bullish, right? So let's go, Adam. What a time to be alive. You keep saying that,
Yeah.
and it
So
is, right?
it's no. A few people said that to me today. Weirdly, like people that
No,
didn't
it's
know
not weird.
me.
I've been trying to
Like
tell you this, right?
a few people said, like, what a time to be alive to me before they realized that like I was the guy that I thought I was the guy that started that or something. I don't know, but maybe I'm just
That
getting ahead of
RAS part
myself.
of your brain is now programmed for it. That's why.
Yeah. So, but no, it was man, it was crazy. It was crazy. But I haven't actually got over to the main conference bit. I was just in the. So it was also because this whole week is like Abu Dhabi Finance Week, and which has been like insanely bullish as well. Like because the whole thing is like the TradFi coming into crypto, which it like to me it seems like that's what we want, right? Like because I don't know, it doesn't seem like the retail market is very reliable. But you know these institutions like and I think actually like honestly the way that I designed Sang and Songjam and like the voice verification network is to be something that would be like you know that the whole point is that like you have a stake that represents. I mean obviously now we're like kind of you know we're just bootstrapping the community with these leaderboards, but really what it's about is verifying your voice and having a stake that's able to verify your voice, right? So it's actually good to be like, you know, to be out there with like a kind of a low cap project because it just means that like it makes it much more accessible for anyone to get into it now, but also even for like institutions to get into it now, um, and to be able to like start to just get exposure and to be able to like test out the rails of like implementing voice verification throughout the enterprise, right? So like from my perspective, like the kind of institutional adoption of crypto is like incredibly bullish and although it's like slow, I feel like a lot of like peace from the events of and just like the whole kind of like the attitude toward like it's just very refreshing and um it just feels like I can see the direction that the market is going in broadly, right? From this kind of macro perspective of institutions just jumping in, right? And even if like they're slow, and kind of methodical and a little bit conservative, it's actually very it's just it's still like I think the result is almost inevitable and it's I think and one of the reasons it's inevitable is just because of the efficiencies that these blockchains give us, right? Like these are capital efficiencies. DeFi gives us capital efficiencies that just weren't available before, and just to see people like you know Anthony Scaramucci like waxing lyrical about how good DeFi is. And you know, Solana aside, like it's fine, like it's great that he's into Solana. It doesn't, but I don't really. I'm chain agnostic on much of this stuff, but I will leverage Solana. I'll leverage Base. You know, I'll leverage whatever blockchain will take me and what I'm doing and our ecosystem to like where we need to be, right? But basically, yeah, I mean, you know, this guy was in the White House, right? Like he's like shilling Solana to like an audience of hundreds and like you know really like how many people are going to buy the book? I don't know, thousands, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, maybe even millions, right? It's it's like it's amazing. Like this is kind of you know he was talking about when he was at the Milken conference like a few years ago after FTX and like Solana was down to like $15 and he was hanging out with Mike Novogratz, the founder of Galaxy, in the same room where we were, and they didn't, like they they were like they were still bullish, right? Like they were still, as much as like it was a big fallout from FTX, like the market came back, right? So I think it's very exciting to see these conversations taking place and to be able to, yeah, rub shoulders with these guys. So yeah, definitely. I
I
think
think
the vibes are high. The vibes are high.
vibes are high, and I think everybody should go to anything crypto related in your area, right? And it will be bullish. You need to meet people real life and have these. I go to expos quite a lot. When there's something that is enjoyable or at least interesting, and so you need to go there because that's actually where you make like the best connections and you get a broader perspective of what's going on. X is not a good representative of this, right? So please join some get-togethers, crypto from whatever blockchain is going on close around you, and you'll be glad that you did, right? When you go put some
Yeah,
like that, yeah.
that's another guy. Another guy I met today is what the guy who started Crypto Mondays, right? So Crypto Mondays is like a meetup that happens in many cities all over the world, like on Monday. And it was I got exposed to it, I think, in
What?
Miami. And there's somebody. Yeah, have
I'm
you?
like, what?
Are
This sounds
you
like something they would do in Irvine. I'm not even joking. I'm like, I wonder if there's one close by. It's called it's called Crypto Mondays.
Crypto Mondays? Yeah.
Let me
So
see
I
if I
met the dude. I met the dude that
Crypto Money.
started Crypto
Yeah,
Mondays.
Crypto
Yeah.
Mondays, Orange County, Irvine, California, 4.6 rating. Crypto Mondays OC is for anyone passionate about crypto. This is my local one. Founded in
Yeah.
NYC in
Uh,
2018, Crypto Mondays now extends. This is so sick. 50 cities worldwide. I assumed that Irvine would have one because it's kind of a hub, like a tech hub. That's where
yeah.
That
Blizzard
should,
is in.
Yeah.
yeah, Irvine
Google's in
should have one.
Irvine. So
Yeah.
Google's actually here in Irvine. That's not far from me.
So
Blizzard is
get
down
get
here.
this, get this, you guys. If it's not in your city, that means that you need to be the one
To
to
start
be the
it.
host. Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm going to do that for Hong Kong, like for
Yes.
Consensus Hong Kong,
Sick.
like, and
Yes.
it's actually, yeah, I've been meaning actually to get onto it for a while, but then finally I just met the dude, and
Oh,
he was like, "You
dude,
got to do it,
Vaughn,
man!"
I
And I was
used to
like, "Okay,
work
yeah,
here.
I'll do
I
it."
I used to work off the same street, Von Carmen, right here in Irvine. I wonder how close it is to my old office. That's so freaking crazy, dude. But yeah, 8 p.m. Monday, October 13th. Hold on, wait a second. Did they stop doing this? I hope it's still going. October 12th,
Well, the next one is the Tick's residence
August. Yeah, right.
with
That's
coffee the espresso. What kind of
with me and
coffee
all
have
my
you?
cats. Yeah.
And your cats?
Right
Such
now
a
there's still four of them. I have my
cat
two
guy.
and then two
Uh,
kittens left. We found homes for
mhm.
let's see, four of the kittens. No, three of the kittens so far from this litter. No, yeah, and so there's two kittens left, and then I have Danish, and then my cat Momo. So I'm
Uh,
yeah.
I would have loved to take one, but I have birds, and the cat won't survive.
The logistics
Seriously.
of shipping a kitten to Amsterdam too, that would be
I would
kind
come
of
pick it
tricky.
up. No, you
Oh,
pick it
that'd be
up.
cool.
You
So
come and pick it up.
yeah, this Crypto Mondays thing, dude, this is so freaking sick. And so is it still something that he's doing? Or that people
Yeah,
are
man. Well,
doing?
I think, yeah. I mean, I literally just connect. I've had it kind of vaguely on my agenda for like months, or even almost the whole year, to just like reach out to the website and just say, like, "Hey, bro, what's going on?" And then literally, but then the guy's like standing next to me, like while I'm at dinner, right? Like, or whatever. I mean, we're hanging out at the same event, and he was awesome, right? And he's and he's like, yeah, you got to do it. And then as it happens, like, it's Consensus Hong Kong in February, and it's going to be a very bullish event, and everybody's coming over for that. So we can bring something together like that will be insanely bullish for that. and maybe you guys should come. Actually, like maybe that's the time. Like you should just jump on the plane and head over.
Well,
But
yeah,
in February, yeah.
with the recentralized what is it? The recentralized autonomous organization. The
The
yeah,
murder
yeah,
of
refi.
the
Dude,
mob,
did you see
right?
that white list that or the white paper that I made? The the white
I
Yeah,
saw
man.
paper.
it. I saw it.
Dude,
Crazy.
Yeah,
it looked so legit, didn't it?
Yeah, it did.
Like, and
Could
the
have fooled
thing, the
me.
ideas that it
I
was
was like, take my
pushing,
money, Tick, take
um,
my money.
these are super promising. It's like, oh, dude, they're 3D printing gold with particle teleportation. This is the future.
yeah, yeah.
It
It's
sounds good.
ironic because I've actually got somebody's given me a deck of like tokenized gold stuff that I'm kind of vaguely supposed to be shilling over here at the moment, and I haven't quite
What? Hold on,
got
it's
around to it
RWA.
yet.
What is it?
Well, I am going to give
Yeah,
you a
it's
little bit of a fair warning, you guys, because Wild here has got tons to do in the very early in the morning. So I get to sleep maybe like 3 hours today. I need to pick up people from airport and that kind of shenanigans that's going on, and so I cannot stay open, keep the shop open very late. But we can do like this, like we always do when you guys want to continue the space, because a bullish space, you guys. But then I'll just leave the space open, right? And then Tick will DM me for to shut it down, right? Could do that.
yeah. Well, we've got a few people on. We've got Zool in the
Yeah.
building,
People need to
so
speak. Aubrey here is sitting here. Debbie is farming, and that's all right. You can farm here, come be on stage and do your good night post, right? For your algorithm magic, which the
I'm
algorithm
not. I'm not
algorithm is
actually
better.
farming. I'm trying to do my replies. Yeah, I
Yeah.
want to get to a 600 reply today. Yeah.
Oh my God, you're going for it. Good on you. Keep going. The algorithm is kind of beefing with everybody right now. I'm not gonna lie. It's definitely beefing with Wild here, but kind of that is always the case. Right? Yeah, I'm always having beef with the algorithm. I can post something wholesome and nothing happens, and then the moment that I start with a degen thing or something like, boom, it's like it sells. Tears sell, rage bait sell, right? Rage posting sells. It's like crazy like that, you guys. For real.
yeah,
Aubrey.
it's a jungle out
Well, can
there.
you
It's a
help me
jungle out
get
there.
my good night post on the jumbotron?
Oh, of course, I'll pin it up for you. So when you want to pin something up in a space as a speaker, you are gonna go ahead and ask first, right? That's the thing. And then you're gonna go to the post, and then when you see the post, you see a little bit of a bucket with an arrow, and it's all the way to the right. And when you touch that, you can share it just by copying it. You can share it via something else. And then there's a microphone that says, "What's a ticker?" And you press the microphone, and then boom, magic. Your goodnight post is now up in the Jumbotron. So you
I've been
guys,
able to do that in the past, but since I got this X upgrade,
oh my
I
God.
can't
Yeah.
do that
Okay,
anymore.
so here's what you need to do. You need to remove the app from your phone and then download it again, install it again.
All right. Thank you very
Yes,
much.
you're welcome. Yes, and then when you do that, you're immediately annoying the algorithm with that a little bit. So just keep that in mind too. But sometimes we gotta clear the the app, right, of all the funkiness, and so we just need to delete and reinstall. But we got Aubrey here as well. Aubrey, how you doing? ZM.
ZM
ZM.
legends.
Here we go.
Yeah,
Yo,
I'm just
ZM.
doing some
ZM,
rage,
Z to the
some
M, Z
rage
to the
baiting
M.
myself, getting some engagement there, summoning the trolls.
Summoning the trolls. Let's
Oh
go.
my gosh, but it's been fun, and I guess that's what you got to do these days to get the algorithm to notice
Yes,
you. Holy
absolutely.
moly!
So it's I have had tons of fun with especially the overweight people, triggering those. Right, as soon as something was on the video or the picture, there was like, "Oh, you see that fat lady?" And then people were under my comment, and I was like, "Yeah, keep going, right? Keep going, keep keep being angry with me."
Right.
And it's I'm getting paid. I'm getting paid,
Right.
right? So
You get
yeah,
paid and then,
yeah.
you're sharing some truth, some hard truths that some of
Also,
these
yeah,
people
right.
need to
Keeping it
hear.
real,
So,
keeping it real. Put the fork down. I would say put somebody there needs to put the fork down, and then right.
and you're not name calling, you're not saying, "Hey, fat ass." It's
No,
just the truth. Put
I
the
just
fucking
told
fork
you, but
down.
maybe put the fork
Make
down,
better
right?
choices.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So yeah, that's the thing with social media, right? So that's why actually when you become a reply guy like that, right? When you are trying to get monetized and stuff, you actually learn not to respond to that stuff like you maybe did before, right? Because now you know the game, right? You know that this is all hyperbole. This is all hyperbolic. It's all trying to trick you into engagement, right? And so, like I said, if you're not running your own agenda, somebody else is fleecing you, right? Somebody else is literally fleecing you by trying to get your attention, so you can pay with your attention, because that's currency. And so, when you see politically, some stuff that might trigger you, it's meant to trigger you. Just know this, and then you can relax a little bit and be like, oh yeah, right. It's just to get me to respond. I'm not responding. I'm actually going to focus on what I need to do to build my life a little bit better, right? So when you rein in that energy a little bit more. But because on X, this is like it. And the algorithm is actually preferring that content. There was a little bit this morning that I was reading from a woman who's in crypto, and she was kind of picking up on the fact I've been talking about this for months, how crypto is immediately red flagged, talking about crypto, using language of crypto, posting a chart, right? So we now come to a point that when you are posting a cash tag, so the dollar sign with three letters, you're immediately, if you do that for weeks on end, you will get seriously boosted in the algorithm. You will get a deboost, and it will take weeks for you to get back on again, right? Also, posting CAs, you guys, not bullish, right? And don't do that in every post. You can get away with one or two a day, and it will be okay. But some of you are going insane, and don't do that, right? Because it's actually bad for your account, and the algorithm is going to bury you alive, right? It's going to bury you alive because these are red flags. On every social media, crypto is red flagged. Crypto Twitter is a thing because we are tolerated here. But tolerated doesn't mean that you have the same status as the people who just post about nice kittens and some other juicy stuff, right? That's hot. Yeah. So just know this. You cannot just go all out with your Twitter
Yeah,
game.
well,
Yeah.
this is why, guys, you all have to pay attention to Zul's stream
Yes.
on Sunday, right? So Zul's streaming on Sunday from Songjam, right? So he's streaming from either or from his own leaderboard even. And this is going to be insanely bullish because this is a preview of the future of decentralized audio first AI driven social media. And guys, like this is going to change everything, I promise you. And I really the timing of this is unbelievable because it only happens once in a generation. There's only an opportunity like this. This doesn't it's like it if we were talking about this 5 years ago, it wouldn't make any sense because
Yes.
we're kind of like everybody's cool
Evolution.
with
Yeah.
yeah, everybody's cool with what's going on. Like we're kind of going into COVID. Obviously, Clubhouse happened. That was a thing. Twitter took Spaces. Twitter made it into Spaces, and then that was a thing. But it's like we've got it's actually fascinating. I find it amazing that we're here hanging out in Spaces in Web3, and we all know that we're kind of just making do with some like a subpar product. Like
Oh
we're
yeah.
all very clear about that, right?
Yes. Yes.
And we all know, like we all believe that we should own our data. We all
We
understand.
should be on a yacht, right? But we're still in a rowboat here. That's basically
Many
what.
yachts.
Right. Yeah,
Many
Oh,
yeah.
for
yachts.
real?
Like a dinghy. Like it's not even
Yeah.
it's a very reduced kind of vehicle like
Yeah.
for traversing the ocean. And yeah, it's like liable to just getting knocked off over completely, and we can see it happening all the time because accounts are getting suspended.
Yes.
The algorithm just randomly decides. Why is the algorithm such a? Why should we have to be like? Why are we so subservient to the algorithm? Surely that should be our friend, right? Surely, and I understand because the reason is because it's saturated, right? It's just completely saturated. This whole social media game
No,
it's
look,
19
the
years old.
algorithm
This platform
works, right? The
has
timeline
been
there for
on for
you
9.
works and you program it, right? So program it correctly. I go over that on my Sunday spaces a lot, right? How to set up your timeline because responding to things on your timeline is actually where you get lots of tons of boosts with the algorithm. Yeah. Going outside of your timeline to lists or the search bar is actually deboosting you if you utilize it for other things. But here's the thing, Adam. This is short format content. And this is where it fucks up. Nobody actually reads the second sentence. 50% only get to the second sentence of what you say. Uh, and this is where these quackers, like Tick loves them, tell me you're broke without being broke. They have a whole Bible, and it's even, it's annoying because there's so much text, and you're just like scroll, right? You cannot scroll fast enough past these things. And it's like I said yesterday, when I make a space, you can clearly see in the picture, this is a space link, right? What's the ticker? And people are actually more responding to the sentence, what's the ticker? That they don't even notice that this is a space that you can set reminders for. This is how bad it is. And that's where we're starting to struggle, Adam, because nobody's listening. Only in spaces we talk and there's listening going on. But on X itself, no. It's the social media where audio is absolutely zero a thing. Zero. TikTok, music, that's the Instagram has their little thingies, right? And all these other social medias, YouTube, very much about the audio. On X, everybody avoids audio because that takes 2 seconds too long. That's how I mean, TikTok is short format, but X is even shorter. And that's the problem. Because how can you tell the algorithm what you're talking about if you can only use 280 characters and you need to be as hyperbolic as possible? So it's going to filter on hype. See what I'm trying to get at? It's going to be dumb. It's going to be dumb questions like coffee or tea. And these will get 800 people commenting under it. Why? Because it's fucking simple. We wait for Adam to be back. This was too much alpha for Adam. But let's say good morning to Zal here. Good morning, ZM. We wait for Adam to get back.
GM, I hope you guys are doing
ZM,
phenomenal today. I'm
of
vibing out
course.
over here on this Thursday. I got an interview today with a founder in a couple hours, the founder of Titanium Finance, a hedge fund launching on base next week. Definitely excited about the interview, about to learn a little bit more about what they're cooking up. Been working with the team for the last few weeks, just really excited and vibing out today. How are you guys today?
Yeah, well, holding up the timeline, right? Wild here is everybody's trying to get me excited for Christmas, but it always makes me feel stressed, right? So I feel like I need to go to like a spa and just hang around there for 2 years till everything is
That
done.
sounds like a good plan. I'll join you. That sounds awesome.
Real, right? Real. Get some relaxation in there. Now everybody's like, yeah, so many days to Christmas. And I was like, yeah, well, why don't you just stop reminding me so I can get to my business, right? Hey, but that's exciting, right? So new projects on base is exactly what base needs. I love base. I always been a little bit of a picky and a little fuddish, hawkish, I should say, on the fact that the community of base is not really pulling together that much, right? I don't see spaces, but I feel that it's coming, though. I feel that it's coming.
It's very corpo chain.
That
That's
is
what it
it.
feels
Yep,
like,
yep.
right?
Well, you said it.
I mean, and
You
that's
said
true,
it,
right?
not me.
Well, so like one of the challenges I do have with base is just like the same like I don't know, maxi identity that it feels like is coming a little bit from like the base energy where it's like, oh man, if you're not based, like you're not with us. And this is just like the ever flowing challenges that have always plagued us in the crypto space. And like this is one of the reasons why I love on-chain music, because on-chain music is on every single chain and the culture is different. So there's always a benefit for me to try and reach out and learn more. But I personally do feel as though like Base is very much trying to take anything and any liquidity and any like hype from Solana that they possibly can right now, because Base is doing well in a really tough market because they have a, a big corporation that not only has a centralized exchange, not only has a wallet, not only has most of the ETFs, the Bitcoin ETFs, held. In my honest opinion, if there was ever going to be a absolutely big collapse like in the whole system or one centralized entity that's a problem, it is Coinbase. Like, so I do feel like as great as things that they're doing, you always have to be aware, not your keys, not your crypto, right? Like
Yeah.
that's a big one, keeping your stuff on your own wallets, and then just learning about what other opportunities are out there, not being sidelined on different opportunities just because, oh, we don't do that here, or that's not part of the culture here, right? I'm a big on the experimentation.
Yes. Well, I don't think Base needs volume for Solana. I think Base and Solana are two different beasts altogether. I mean, in essence, right? Already, but a lot of people are failing to look at the numbers. Bitcoin is mainly to Ethereum. We kind of notice, right? So Ethereum is kind of a gate to all your layer ones, right? Because Ethereum is second in the market. And so as soon in September you saw this when Ethereum is pumping, all of a sudden Ethereum is rising in dominance. And what we see happening is that all the charts, all the other tokens are looking at Ethereum and not to Bitcoin anymore. Bitcoin is like secondary, right? Because ETH is pumping and so paying attention. So we're looking, if you want to set up your portfolio, you're going to look for what's the outflow of Ethereum? Where is that going to go? Where's the outflow from Ethereum? You know the outflow of Bitcoin, when it goes to a chain, it goes largely to Ethereum, a little bit to Solana, a little bit, but mostly to Ethereum. And so Ethereum is like a gatekeeper for the other alts. And so what is the outflow from Ethereum? Well, we've seen over 24, when we take year numbers, the whole year has been consistency going to SUI number one, base number two, Arbitrum number three. How is this happening, right? ARB. Freak. When I saw that, I was like, nah, I got to look at this again. Where's that coming from? So ARP and Solana 3 and 4. They're fighting for 3 and 4. Number 5, Aptos. So when you look at your portfolio, you should look at that. And when I checked the numbers on the monthly, the number 1 and 2 remained largely the same. So that means SUI and Ethereum, or Base, right? So when ETH is pumping, SUI pumps and Base pumps directly after because of that outflow from Ethereum. Yes, Zal.
Hey, Wild, I had a general question. You could go any different way that you want with it. I'm just kind of curious on your. So this is my first cycle. I came in Feb of 2023. At the bottom of the bear, was lucky enough to find a lot of cool builders and just got involved on that front. Learned a little bit about cycles and how they sometimes repeat, but it's never the same. And my understanding of the 2021 bull run was it was fueled by retail stimulus from stimulus money, as well as other things of people buying NFTs and more. However, this cycle, quote unquote, again, seems to be a lot more institutional, Bitcoin ETF, ETH ETF, and less money maybe flowing down the risk curve than previously. I'm just kind of curious if you have on that, if you think that this quote unquote
Yes.
cycle is is significantly different in that aspect.
Yes, it is significantly different. And we saw that already in the summertime when retail was hitting bear market low. The moment that, historically bear market low, the moment that Bitcoin was actually pumping to an all-time high. That's weird, right? That should be the other way around. And so that was one big divergence. But here's the thing, though, everybody is always looking for an explanation for what happens. But the chart already told us. When we go to look at that Bitcoin dominance, that's the thing that everybody ignores. But when you look at a dominance, that dominance started immediately to look very different already in 23. So you could have seen this coming, years before. And I've been talking about it for years before. I'm like, that dominance shows that we are centralizing Bitcoin. That's what it shows. And that is an answer to decentralization, what's happening in the mining, right? That's happening there already. It happened there already. It's not lucrative for average Joe, nor affordable to mine Bitcoin. That's left now to bigger companies or countries, right? And so, with the top three countries there, actually Russia, China, and the USA. That should tell you also something what's going on with Bitcoin and geo politics here as well involved. But you cannot say that we need retail for this and we need ETFs for that. We've been having a bull run without ETFs because that was the last bull run's argument. We need ETFs or else we're not going to bull run, right? Well, actually, they said this from the beginning, from the second bull run. ETFs are already on the table here, and so that was an argument. And now the whole retail argument, yeah, I get it because everybody likes to explain what's going on and tries to find reasoning. Yeah, but we saw it already. Bitcoin is going to be more centralized, and this was always going to be in the cards. But we pumped regardless, stimulus check or not. The bull run before didn't have a stimulus check. And here's the thing why. Well, Bitcoin is going to get more expensive because it has a higher market cap. And retail looks at Bitcoin for upside potential. And so they think Bitcoin is expensive, Sal. They're going to be like 100K Bitcoin, 80K Bitcoin. No, thank you. It's too expensive because they have a very retail short-term holders, I should say, are the most volatile emotionally in the whole space, right? So they are easy to manipulate. Also, they don't think long term, short term only. Because I gotta pay rent. This $500 needs to turn into 5K now, yesterday, right? And so that's why Bitcoin is not sexy for a lot of retail investors here, because they fail to see that Bitcoin is not so much for your upside. Forget trading the chart of Bitcoin. Countries are buying Bitcoin in geopolitical warfare for leverage, for power, and that just indicates that you should as well, right? So you can. There's not going to be enough Bitcoin. We're going to know this. The bottleneck of Bitcoin is going to come, right? And I think it's going to come sooner than later. But that means that you can leverage the tiny little weeny bit of Bitcoin that you have against dollars. You can use it as collateral for buying houses, retail or real estate and other stuff
So
like that. That's going to happen.
another thing I was hearing about. So who was it yesterday? Pat, was it Pat? Was that the guy who was shilling the post quantum
Yeah,
blockchains? But
yeah, Pepe, yeah.
I heard today like a couple of guys. So it's actually that it's actually Breakpoint falls on Abu Dhabi Finance Week, right? So there's like it's kind of cool because it's like the meeting point between like all of the TradFi guys and
Mhm.
then all of the crypto guys, and today is like almost like the symbolic kind of transitional day, I guess, because it's like Solana Breakpoint actually opening. But there were definitely a few of those TradFi guys talking about the post-quantum blockchains, which is actually very interesting. So, and I definitely think I definitely need to investigate this stuff more
Yeah, let's
because
deep dive into that a little bit tomorrow. I do have a a little bit of a shorter space tomorrow because of Froge. Froge, Froge,
Oh
Froge.
right. Oh my God, is it already
Yes.
Friday tomorrow? That's
Yes, it's
insane.
Friday.
What the
But
hell is
the
going on?
episodes, the
What's the hell is
episodes
going on
are
with the transition of time?
no,
Like,
yeah. But the episodes for I'm gonna be in other spaces for Froge. But Froge itself, the episodes are gonna be read by Froge himself. So
for real,
for real,
you
yeah.
guys have got a so the voice there's a the it's got it. Froge's got his own voice.
Yes, now he's got his own voice. Yeah, yeah, it's
Amazing.
made already. So that's a thing. But that's all for tomorrow. But I hope, Sal, that that answered your question a little. That's where I'm at. Being in a market for a longer time, I notice that people always try to find a reason for why things are happening, and that everybody gives their own spin on it, whether that's being informed or not. And we see that everywhere in the crypto space. Also, when a meme token is launched, right, and it goes sideways for a little bit, immediately people in the TG is like, we need a listing. We need a KOL. We need this. We
Yeah.
that they have no idea what they are talking about or saying or how that even works or how expensive it really is, right? It's
No.
like, yeah, let's list on Binance, bro. Binance asked
Yeah.
1 million for a listing, bro.
It's crazy out there. Yeah, it's
It's
crazy.
crazy,
So
right? So
yeah,
yeah,
shout out to Zul. So Zul, dude, I meant to say we've got to lock in a time for is he oh
yes.
shit, is he still here? No. Let's
Yeah,
get
I'm
something
starting
out.
8 a.m. is the plan, and we're gonna start with me just talking for 10 to 30 minutes so that we can record this audio.
Okay, cool, man. Yeah, because what's so basically like I think so by Sunday like what we're working to set up is the so basically this is insanely bullish, right? So and what it is the it's you're going to be able to take your tweets and port them over to Farcaster and like get engagement for them immediately from the from the audience, right? So like this is like a new utility, and yeah, basically that's what we're aiming to have like up and running for Sunday, basically.
Nice lineup. I think with that we can close out the space. No, is that gonna be
Yeah, just one thing.
touch
So
more?
just we've got Emmanuel on the stage. I
Oh,
just need to, so Emmanuel, hey bro, how are you doing? Can you hear me? Maybe he's rugging. But yeah, Emmanuel, yeah, he's rugging. Emmanuel, man, you need to check your DMs. Please check your DMs. And yeah, if anybody knows this guy, I need to please like check. He needs to check his DMs because there's a DM that's very important that he needs to look at. So yeah, if you're please try and reach this guy if you can.
yeah, everybody's rugging again because some people didn't do the updates and stuff, so that's it's very sketchy.
Yeah, I need to
It's a
do the
spaces.
update. Oh my God, like I couldn't post anything on the Jumbotron. It was so
Yeah,
sad.
always a thing. It's always a thing. I'm going to yeah, guys. If you want to join the What's the Ticker Telegram, just hop into there. I think we need to make a What's the Ticker community, so when we launch this space, everybody is immediately informed, right? Something like that.
What is that? A
Um,
Telegram? A Telegram community? Is that
No,
what you
on
mean? Or no,
X,
no,
you
an
mean
X
an
community.
X
no,
community? Oh yeah,
yeah,
yeah, gotcha.
something like that because well we need to talk about it as co-host and have a little meeting, you guys. As soon as you are able and ready, let me know sometimes that you can do that. We can hold a VC and come up with some stuff. Country base, I see you, my guy, but we're open shop again at What's the Ticker tomorrow because everybody needs to do their little somethings here. And so let me just close out with a little bit of a song. I'd like to thank everybody for coming again. Sal, thank you for being here as well. Debbie, Emmanuel, Silent, and everybody in the audience here. Also, everybody on our 6 live streams, right? We're gonna I have plans for What's a Ticker. I do. And we're going to revamp it a little bit for the new year. So let's get ready and not on that one just a little bit, you guys. How about it,
Do
huh?
you mind if I ask you what the six
Yeah.
places you're streaming to?
Yeah. A retake, Kick, Twitch, YouTube, X, and Pump Fun.
Amazing. I love it. I would love to get your retake channel. What's the name?
It's
Tick,
Tic Web 3. So
Tick
retake,
Web 3.
yeah, retake.tv/Tic Web 3. I'm pulling it up on the live stream right now. I wonder if there's any messages today.
Okay, it's my voice. I love
ghosty.
it. Okay, it's my
Nah,
voice. I love
ghosty.
it. Okay, it's my
Nah.
voice.
Whoa. But yeah,
Yeah.
retake is dope. Yeah, I think it's the presence on Twitch is what I really want to start focusing on building, because I'm streaming to Twitch and I'm not doing anything to kind of like build a following or engage with anyone on there, and it's the result of that is like evident with I've got like 3 followers on Twitch. So ideally I'd like to kind of like start getting that going, but Twitch is its own beast. There's like there's a lot going on Twitch, and yeah, so I feel like
different algorithms.
Yeah, you need to like drill in on you do need to drill in on these individual platforms if you really want to grow on them.
Well,
right?
the thing is, I was talking to my girlfriend about it, and she was saying like Twitch would be good if I was
side, I'd love to
doing video streaming, like because Twitch streaming is big on like having video stream with the video.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's like for me not to be doing like the webcam thing too, which I mean I could do. I have a webcam, but I just have kind of I don't know, for whatever reason.
Yo, Tick.
Yeah,
I'd love to help support that Twitch journey. I've been watching one of my musicians over all of 2025 attack Twitch as his main community, and it's been a real cool experience to see like the things that you can do with Twitch and like really get out to these, especially because it's like Web 2 young folks. Me and Onaji, we have a live stream, a podcast that we do weekly on Wednesdays, and we found that they really fuck with our content because it's like less brain rot and like more education, and like a bunch of people will skip right over that. But like, there's a lot of people that could be easily onboarded on the Twitch side. So let's find a time and like pop on together.
The more that one caters to intellectual laziness, the more successful one is. I feel like it's people don't want to think.
It is. It is.
But there is something I've noticed on X. There are not so much people using the X Live. Like, have you ever considered that?
Yeah, we are. We are streaming there right now. Yeah.
Wow. You stream on X Live?
Yeah, at the top of the Jumbotron, if you go
with the recent
on the top of the Jumbotron, you always find the link for the live. Yeah.
It's there, right?
Wow.
It should say, if you scroll the way over, you can see broadcast, and then if you click that, it should pull up the video.
Yeah. You actually see us sitting here in the room.
I finally changed everything to dark mode too, which looks way better. Adam kind of inspired me. I had my Telegram. I didn't even realize, but Telegram looked so damn ugly. It looks so much better in dark mode.
Everything looks better in dark mode. Fuck yeah.
Like, what the hell? It was like I was like
you go out, you bring a date home, turn off the lights, man.
Yeah, it looked like Windows 95 on my PC, like with all the like the generic colored default.
Yeah.
Anyhow.
Yeah. All right, you guys. Well, we're gonna cook again tomorrow, same time, same space. Oh, volume.
Come ride with the mob.
Yo, what's the ticker?
Oh, my other song.
What's the ticker? Where's it at?
Let's go.
What is the ticker? Where's it at? I got crypto in the bag, send the CA in the chat. Gonna ape another fat. Got a runner on the map, so line of sniping like a gat. And the Zoe is moving quickly. I'm the squeezing where they at. I'm trying to bring the Mimquins back. 1,000X is gonna land. I got he chilling in the back, and the gas fees are gonna slap. Where's the ticker? Where's it at?
Well, this was another one, you guys. We're cooking tomorrow, same time, same space. Hope you catch you there. And stay bullish. Well, that's Ticks.
Yes. Thank you for pulling up. Y'all stay bullish, my friends. We will see you tomorrow. Let's go.
Thank you all.
Adam.
What a time. What a time to be alive. We'll be back right at you in your face from Solana Breakpoint tomorrow. It continues. We're not going to get any rest, guys.
I see the Sangram is building something massive.
We're building something massive, Emmanuel. We'll see you tomorrow.
And check your DMs, Emmanuel. Please check
Emmanuel
your
DMs. Random
DMs.
wants you
You
to
Also,
check
need
your
close
to
the
look at your
microphone.
Zach,
DMs. Look at your DMs.
Zach, I see you. Pasta.
Oh my God.